I'll tell you what a great movie is Munich with Eric Bana. Now, it's a disturbing film because, excuse me, um, it kind of shows how, like, to make a kid or something for a lot of people, it's like difficult or something. Like, you got to be focused on something else during it or some weird thing. I'm not really sure. I don't really get it. But like that anyway, when they say Fedein and they're like Fedein, Fedein, or Fedeun, Fedeun, and like they all gear up in the staircase, the stairwell. That to me was the movie. Like that was what it's all about for the Jews. Like those were all Mossad agents and also different sections of the army in Israel. That like that showed how they are a unit, like they're a team. Like they and if one dies, they all feel it, you know? And that showed like that's Israel to me. Like they're like a gang, but like they have their beliefs. Like they're not like they don't go down for nobody. And like if someone's struggling, they help them up. And like they don't let anything happen that would be like Esau or Moab or one or like any of these things that like isn't the 12 tribes. Like they make sure like everyone is in line. And that to me was what it was all about in that film, like how like they can't stomp on Israel anymore. Like that's what it was about. Like it's like we have to be a unit for ourselves. Like it's not about just okay, let's cut off Brad Pitt, let's cut off Will Smith, and they'll make it, and it's all good. It's like no, we got to be sufficient on our own, and be a country, and that's what they did, man. That's what they did, and like that, and it just the whole movie. It's disturbing, but it's a great film, And like when the toy maker dies, like you feel it, and you're like, they got him, and then when they don't get Salome, it's like it's like they were almost there, and you see it in Eric Bana's face. He's like he's like trembling, He's trembling, and it's like man, like that's really what it is sometimes is like when you have defeat like that, like you tremble, like it's EA, it's 51, and it's like you feel it in your heart and soul because they had worked so hard for that. And like that's when they showed that in the film, it was like they did that for a reason for the people that feel that all the time. Like that's what it was about. Like the people that don't get the 3 day sign of Jonah, the people that don't get the raise at work, like the people that don't win the race, the people that don't get the girl, the people that their dog died or something. Like it's that's what it was all about in that film. Like how like Israel, like they make it. It's about like making it through, and being patient, like and waiting for Jesus. Like that's what they're about is like it's not all about oh that they don't believe in New Testament. It's not about that. It's about they're waiting for him to come back. They're waiting for him to come back and be in glory because they know what's happened. They know a lot of those guys from Old Testament. They went through some crazy stuff, and if any of them came back, they'd be like, okay, like this is something. Like we would acknowledge this, but it's like they're waiting for the King. They're waiting for Jesus. Like it's not, oh, we don't believe in grace and mercy. That's not exactly what it is, man. That's not exactly what it is. They do believe in that. Like in that film, they showed great mercy towards the Palestinians when they're in the safe house together. They showed great mercy, and then when they look at each other, they look at each other right before they raise their guns, and you feel it. It's like, man, that's war to them. Like that's their team and everything. Like it goes deeper than like anything that like Americans can acknowledge, because like, man, like I've been through stuff like that with like the black race, and with Hispanics. Like I've gone through it, and like that's how you feel sometimes, and it's hard, like I'm not saying like it's not the same thing. I'm saying like this is the reality. Like we, America was supposed to be the melting pot. That means by now we should have been all like a tan brown color, like not all separated. Like it's just, man, you know. And if we were all a tan brown color or tan bronze, like that would be better. It would be than being separated like this, you know. So that's what the founding fathers thought, is that we would be that one day. And that's why the system doesn't work. It just doesn't. It's broken, you know. That's really what it was about. And in Israel, it's the same sort of thing, you know. And they're like, Islam is waiting for the Mahdi, and they put it in the movies and everything, and it's like all these systems are waiting for their person, And it's like if you go off Jesus and the Bible and all Old and New Testament, you see that like it's all a system. Like it's about like you're the player in the system. And like we're so far in end times, and every day is a 3-day watch. It just becomes like you got to decide like who are you. That's really what I try to do on my channel, is like show the reincarnation. Like who are we as a people? Are we the new Israel, or are we this Revelation 17 demons? Demon world.